Hey everyone, welcome back to CT Fulcrum. In today's video, we will be discussing Supergirl suffering a catastrophic 73% drop, gets obliterated at box office. 2 movies into James Gunn's vision of DC Studios, it's safe to say that this reboot has been an unmitigated failure. The 2025 edition of Superman was, at best, a moderate success. While hardly the type of franchise-changing success the studio and Gunn hoped for, box office results and reviews were acceptable, if not a bit underwhelming. Thanks in some part to Gunn's bewildering decision to tell audiences that the film was about politics, calling the Superman character an immigrant. But the real test for Gunn's reboot and the power of DC Studios' brand was the follow-up film Supergirl, starring Milly Alcock. And boy has it failed the test. Alcock spent most of the press campaign making herself as unlikable as possible, insulting potential moviegoers, bizarrely claiming that audiences felt ownership over her body, then doubling down after the inevitable backlash. The trailers looked awful, with a predictably sloppy anti-hero feel, atrocious visual effects, and an uninteresting plot and villain. Still, as recently as May, hopes were that Supergirl could make as much as $65 million in its opening weekend. In actuality, it made just over $37 million. With an estimated production budget of around $175 million and a massive marketing campaign that would likely cost Warner Bros. At least $100 million, the film needed to reach at least $400 to $500 million globally to break even. That opening weekend and an anemic international debut meant it was tracking towards a significant loss. The only hope, that positive word of mouth would overcome the apathy towards the film's plot and the off-putting remarks from Alcock. Well, now we have the second week box office data, and not only did word of mouth not help Supergirl, it may have destroyed it. Friday grosses dropped an astonishing 80.4% from opening day on June 26 to just 3.6 million. Saturday estimates are for just 2.6 million, another 77% drop despite the Independence Day holiday. All told, it's a remarkable 74% drop from the first weekend to the second. Total domestic gross for Supergirl now sits at just $58.4 million on a $275 million production from a major studio with a massive marketing campaign and the creative backing of James Gunn. For an entire weekend, a film that needed to make $200+ million at US theaters to break even may not even reach $80 million. And considering the woeful international numbers, it's going to cost Warner Bros. Hundreds of millions in losses. Lazy, uninteresting stories made by people who obviously despise their audiences is a recipe for disaster. That's exactly what Supergirl is, a disaster. Gunn started his tenure at DC off with an unforced error, then backed it up by losing his studio as much as $200 million on a vanity project. Let me know in the comments below what you think of all this, and until next time, CT Fulcrum, out.